afternoon. Sure, I can hold. Blanche, every time I turn around, you have the baby in your arms.
Dorothy, it's just amazing. Every time I pick her up, she stops fussing and goes right back to sleep.
But you shouldn't do that. The baby won't get used to sleeping alone.
Well, you never get used to sleeping alone. I haven't.
I'm not a stick in the mud. Oh, listen, I can let my hair down and get crazy with the best of them.
Hey, I think we'd get along great. I got a feeling you're a wild woman.
Oh, you bet I am. I eat raw cookie dough. And occasionally, I run through the sprinklers and don't wear a bathing kit.
We could keep her till Monday.
Oh, I'm not from Child Services. I'm Emily's father.
Well, how do I know that?
Well, I can see the family resemblance. Neither one of them can tell time. Where the hell have you been? You dropped this child off yesterday. You don't show up until today, and you didn't call. I mean, this is not a dry cleaner's.
I did call last night. I spoke
Between my perky bosoms.
And I only get to buy perky bosoms. But what the hell, nothing else perks on this body.
Hey, maybe we can get the jacket for just a minute and grab the ticket out of the...
I feel like a complete fool.
Oh, sweetheart, no. Listen, let me tell you something. Back when I was in the Army, inside my locker, I kept a picture of Betty Grable. And she was wearing a lot less than you were wearing in my birthday photo. Sweetheart, she was the darling.
She'll be buried in an unmarked grave in a potter's field.
Gee, that's too bad. Any more of that cheesecake?
Ange, how can you be so callous?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pretend to be in mourning. Mrs. Claxton worked overtime at being a horrible, nasty woman.
Yeah, Blanche is right. I mean, that's why nobody wants to go to her funeral. That's our Blanche.
I think I'll take a stroll past that new mini mall they're building.
Why?
Passing construction sites is good for your morale. The sound of guys in hard hats making that sucking noise through their teeth. Is the dress me?
It's too tight, it's too short, and it shows too much cleavage for a woman your age.
Yes, Blanche, it's you.
Another date with your mystery man?
Oh, he's no mystery man.
No, then how come you've been out with him 4 times? We don't know anything about him.
Well, never.
You miserable.
Oh, would you two knock it off? It's time for another world.
You can't watch Another World.
And why not?
Because you watched it yesterday.
That's exactly why I have to watch it today, Dorothy, to find out what happens. That's why they always say stay tuned for the continuing story of Another World.
Too bad, Blanche.
And I'm going to get to see the big potato.
I said she was comforting. I didn't say she was smart. You're going to stay right here with us.
Dorothy, can I see you for a moment?
A pig, a duck, a horse, a pencil sharpener. Blanche, jump in, I'm drowning.
Sonia Klingenhofer is a comic strip.
And a darn good one, too. Well, good night.
Both of you come back here, or I'll be forced to follow you to your room.
Change? God, I hate that expression.
What is the big deal, Blanche? It's nothing. Look at it this way. You don't get cramps once a month. You don't go on eating binges once a month. You don't get crazy once a month.
You just grow a beard.
In this way, I feel like a murderer.
Now, I will not hear any more of that nonsense. It was a freak occurrence on a tennis court, that is all.
She's right, Dorothy. You did nothing wrong. Technically, I mean, nothing that would hold up in a court of law.
But why Trudy? She was the...
Oh, I see you two are getting acquainted.
Yes, I'm just going to take my stuff to my room. It's that second on the left down the hall there.
Dorothy, the second on the left is mine. Blanche had promised it to me.
Blanche promised it to me too, didn't you, Blanche?
Whoops.
Oh, great, great. What are we supposed to do now?
Girls, the auction's about to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first item before you tonight is a fine example of Greco-Roman statuary. May I have an opening bid, please, of 20? I have 20. Do I hear 25?
Why are these statues always of naked men?
Airport, I was thinking about what you said, how much courage it took for you to say it. That's when I realized how much you must really love me. Oh, baby. Mama, you were right about Jeremy, too. I can do better. Just took someone who loved me to point it out.
Let's go tell the girls the good news. They're out in the kitchen having cheesecake.
Not what I said. I said, Stanley, could I come to your hotel room? I have to see you. Exactly.
There you go, Dorothy. How about a toast?
Look, slow down, Stan. There are a couple of things I'd like to say.
Okay, but usually the man makes the toast.
Stanley, one second.
I embody the values of truth and honesty for which the award stands.
What happened to Emma Immerhofer?
She was disqualified when they found a skeleton in her closet.
What was it?
Mr. Immerhofer.
This thing isn't solid gold, is it?
Oh, no, you just peel off the gold foil and it's...
Friends. I mean, why did you do this, Stan?
I'm scared, Dorothy. I'm scared of being alone. This whole experience has made me feel so vulnerable, so mortal. Being here with you makes me feel secure. Sure, it's great having somebody cook your meals, clean your room.
Could I come in?
I felt so safe with you.
Listen, I felt safe with you when you were 3.
And you always used to smell from a Midnight in Paris perfume.
Better than this, huh?
It sure was nice.
It still is.
Blanche, your daughter is about to leave for the airport. What the hell are you doing out here?
Oh, well, there's still some sun. I thought I might get a little color.
Blanche, this has to be absolutely the dumbest thing you could...
Oh, no, what's everybody doing up? We settled this. The kid wants to fight, and we need him to fight. There's no problem here. Everybody back to bed.
Ma, stop that. Look, we have to consider this very carefully. We could be holding the man's fate in our hands.
I once held a man's fate in my hands.
Oh, no. In fact, it began the annual tradition of the St. Olaf milk diving tournament. I won 3 times in the low-fat division. Eventually, they discontinued the event when several spectators were caught dipping their Oreo cookies in the winner's swim trunks.
Disappointed. My mother wasn't exactly honest in sending in that picture.
I knew that. I have quite a few Janet Gaynors and frames around my house. Believe me, when you've been in a deep depression for 1.5 years, nothing phases you.
Well, Eddie, why? I could have lost my balance and chipped a tooth.
You think that's annoying? She came into my room last night when I was reenacting the gangplank scene from Peter Pan. What the...
I want Leon off the team. Now, I don't care if he is 6'11" and weighs 300 pounds. The boy can't spell his own name unless he copies it off his jersey. Well, no, I'm not going to tell him. You tell him. You're the coach.
Dean Tucker.
Come in. Look, we'll talk about it later.
You live your life a certain way, and now you're paying for it.
You are assuming that I'm guilty because of my past. Well, that is not fair. Listen, girls, I'm in trouble here now. This isn't funny anymore.
You're right. This is not funny. It is sad. You couldn't come to us and tell us the truth. And you still can't. Should get to keep Mr. Ha-Ha's kidney.
Guess who's back? That's right! And now it's time for the Mr. Ha-Ha birthday roundup. When I call your name...
There's only one way I'm going to get through this. If you two will come with me to the funeral for support. Oh, will you do it? Please, Blanche. Please, Dorothy. Please, Blanche.
I will if Dorothy will.
Please.
If you really think...
On the stage for 5 hours talking about God and eating graham crackers. They wore masks to cover their faces, but other than that, they were totally naked.
And you stayed through the whole evening?
Well, I would have left, but one of the actors looked so familiar to me.
Ball, which is being chaired this year by 35-year-old Blanche Devereaux. How much did that cost you?
I don't have to pay for my compliments.
You went to bed with him.
Bambi. Marry me, Eddie.
Ladies, please. This always happens. I'm cursed. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been absolutely irresistible to women. I know I'm a little plain to look at.
Oh, no, you're not playing it up teasing.
Well, you can just have them back. I've only cheated once in my life, and I vowed I'd never do it again.
Couldn't handle the guilt, huh?
No, I got caught. Oh, it was the worst experience of my whole life. St. Olaf was rocked by the scandal.
What'd you do, shortchange somebody down? And then I want to lie in state, and then be buried in Arlington Cemetery.
Why Arlington Cemetery?
Because it's full of men.
But they're all dead.
So are the men I date.
And I'm sorry I never tried acting. I always wanted to act.
Coffee's ready. Beatlemania? You're giving up a date for Beatlemania?
Oh, Rose, the Beatles were the first and only rock and roll group that I ever really loved. When they came to Shea Stadium, I managed to get a ticket, but one of my kids came down with the flu. It was one of those times when you have to pretend that you love your kid.
For 100 square miles, which is where the old Sicilian saying, "It's raining cats and pepperoni" comes from. Is this helping anyone yet? Because this sure feels like an ending to me.
Oh, it's helping me, Sophia. What I got out of the story was that I should take a bad situation.
No wonder I'm up in the middle of the night working my way through the cheese keeper. Thank God I don't have the thighs of a normal woman. I tried to talk her out of it. She says she has thought it through and there is no change in her mind.
But it might not be so.
I was home alone when the phone rang. I ran to answer it and I tripped over your damn shoes and I said, "Oh, George, I hate you." It was the police telling me you'd been in an accident. Never thought I'd have the chance, but I'm just so sorry. My last thought...
They found a donor with the rare blood type he needed. Gee, you save a guy's life, all you get is apple juice and a cookie?
Dorothy? What did she say, honey? What'd she say?
Do not have a date.
So what? I don't have a date either.
What's your point?
So, what do you want to do tonight?
I guess we could be constructive and clean our closets.
We could go to a movie.
He wasn't the only one who was up all night.
You were too?
Yes, I had time to do a lot of thinking.
And?
And, of course, I'm going to do it.
Blanche, you're a brave lady.
Oh, you really are, honey.
No, I have to. I don't want my sister to die. I want her to live. Good evening, Father. My, this must be an important cause. Don't you usually make the nuns ask for money?
So your wife had triplets.
That's wonderful.
What are they?
That's when 3 babies are born at the same time.
Look, I really appreciate you all taking care of Emily, and I am sorry if I caused you any trouble.
Oh, she was no trouble at all. She was just a precious little angel. Well, it's time to go home now, Emily. Certainly have...
We're clear.
Thanks.
So, Dorothy, how does it feel to have a big fat zero?
We'll catch up.
I wasn't talking about your score. I was talking about your partner.
So we're too dumb, huh? We're gonna whip your heinies.
The game's not over yet, Nye.
My dresser.
Who's back?
O.J. Simpson, Rose. The rat is back.
He's not a rat, he's a mouse.
He is history. I'm calling the exterminator.
Oh, no, Dorothy, don't do that. I'll talk to him.
But you'll talk to the exterminator?
No, the mouse. I can communicate with animals.
Tight, so he's got a butt like Baryshnikov.
There he is.
Dorothy, can I ask you a question? What do you think I ought to do with my bed?
Put it in the Smithsonian, Blanche. It has more miles on it than the spirit of St. Louis.
He was not. He was just a man. I mean, you've said yes to all the men, and you've been discriminating against the women.
I have not. It just so happens all the women we've seen have been horrible. Thank you.
What a meal, Rose, and what a deal, Rose. Uncle Cluck's tastes just like chicken all-you-can-eat buffet.
You love your early bird specials.
You bet, especially when they forget to collect the coupon. Come on, Rose.
Give this to Dorothy, you promise?
Yes, sure, Sophia.
Good. Now I can save what I know about you and the twin rabbinical students for another time.
It's silly, but, I'm in a youthful environment. I want to feel youthful.
Well, if it's important to you, I'll support you. But why didn't you tell me about it earlier?
Well, for the same reason that those formulas that dye hair do it gradually. I mean, it's the kind of thing you want people to notice, but not to be able to pinpoint.
I didn't know.
Let me get us some refreshments before we start.
Please make yourself comfortable. Sorry it's so hot. And here we are in the middle of a heat wave with no air conditioning.
Not necessarily. If Rose wins the award, you'll be flown all expenses paid to St. Olaf to attend the ceremony.
Oh, well, this year I was planning to watch it on TV.
Killer cow during mating season.
I do love the rain so. It reminds me of my first kiss.
Your first kiss was in the rain.
No, and 10 is 14, and a double letter score is 18, 19, 20, 23, and a triple word score makes a total of 69 points. I win.
Wait a minute. There is no such word as that.
There certainly is.
Fine, I'll look it up. And if it isn't in the dictionary...
Been talking about this one all spring. It's the Omega 3000.
How much?
You know, that top is hand-embellished gold leaf detail work. The satin interior is imported from a small textile mill outside Gstaad.
How much?
It's also lead-lined.
We're not burying Superman. How much?
$6,000.
I don't shout. I'm a very quiet person. I even wear quiet clothes. All solids.
I'm quiet, too.
Then we'll be fine.
I just don't want the others to know you're here.
They'll never know.
In the morning, we're getting up early to play golf. You can leave while they're gone.
Great.
Hell, I'm out of the pizza business. Is there anything else to eat?
Stanley, why do you always end up here when you have a problem?
You're my best friend.
But we don't like you.
I know, but you're still my best friend.
Well, you can't depend on coming around here forever. Blanche is thinking about selling the house.
Selling our house?
Mail call.
Oh, Rose, you're here. That's good. I am absolutely snowed under with this wetlands thing. And as usual, I know I can count on you.
I'm sorry, Dorothy.
What? But, Rose, you always help out.
Anyway, I got bigger problems. I don't have an act for the talent show.
Talent show, could I be in it?
Blanche, what you're talented at isn't generally done on a stage. This isn't downtown Saigon.
Ma, will you do me a favor and forget about the talent show? You're just going to end up with egg on your face, like Larry.
Animal on the farm. I never learned how to make friends.
You never learned how to keep friends. You never thought of anybody but yourself. It's about time you stopped looking around for other people to blame. This is your problem. Oh, I always used to feel so guilty for not getting along.
Your daughter is a very good player, Sophia. She must have picked it up from you, huh?
How do you know I'm a good bowler?
Because you were so good at bocce ball. Remember we played together once?
Oh, yeah, after the grape harvest. Boy, that was a nice afternoon.
But once, when a guy
Get in here.
Interesting place, Blanche.
Oh, thank you. But so bright. Oh, here, let me dim the lights a little. Hi, how was dinner?
Great. I ate a lot, Ma drank a lot, Gloria paid a lot.
Oh, I'm so glad the three of you got things worked out, and that Sophia's not leaving.
Oh, me too. That spunky little lady sure does add life to this place.
Oh, and the stories she tells. And there's always a little gem of wisdom hidden deep. Dry dishes with his feet. We used to laugh and carry on and have such a happy time.
What is it with you people? All you ever had were happy times? It's sickening. Happy times freezing in the cold. Happy times during the locust invasion. Happy times eating reindeer. How about death?
Scum gathers on your elbow joint. I'm sorry, I skipped page 62.
Listen, Rose, this is not working. We've been here a whole week and nothing has gone right. I'm ready to throw in the wrench and start using the Texaco station down the street.
Dorothy, please don't.
You here for a reason, or did you just come for the free food?
Ma, please, the man is a guest in our home. What the hell do you want, Stanley?
Well, it seems the IRS found a few discrepancies in my tax returns, so I think we may have a slight problem.
Stanley, we have not been together for a long time.
Apology accepted. Let's go.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Ma's been feeling a little down lately, so I invited her to play golf with us.
Oh, wonderful. Glad to have you along, Sophia.
I know.
So, Sophia, tell me, have you played much?
Have I played? Have I played?
Listen, Dorothy, just a word of caution. I almost lost my Becky when I stuck my nose into her business. Now, believe me, it is not worth it.
Blanche is right. The same thing happened to the Vigbotters back in St. Olaf. You see, Gretchen had this thing for Buddy, but Mr. Vigbotter didn't approve. He did his best to keep them apart. We're rough and rugged. We never see doctors. Never. In fact, my great-grandfather once removed his neighbor's appendix, and he wasn't even sick.
Why would he do that?
Let's just say they were playing poker and the stakes got a little high.
Rose, you have been looking pale and drawn the last...
Yvonne, we are desperate women. You've got to help us.
I know just what you need. Aerobics. It's what I do.
But Yvonne, you're much younger than they are.
I know you'll love aerobics. It stretches every muscle in your body.
Honey, I've been...
Pentecost, please, somebody stop the bleeding.
Pussycat, leave a few scraps for the other two nudniks. You never know when I might need a good neurosurgeon.
These people are not nudniks. They're brilliant, accomplished scientists, and I'm wiping the floor with them.
He cures everybody, and wine sales skyrocket.
Wait a minute, Ma, unless I'm missing something, your hunch was wrong.
My hunches are never wrong. Now, everyone is living high on the hog and eating rich foods. The next thing you know, there's a gout epidemic. Nobody can...
You electric skillet! An electric skillet. It's from Fry Quick. It not only fries, it boils, it bakes, it simmers.
It stinks.
My apologies to the Fry Quick Corporation. But Green Team, we're not finished with you yet.
84 doesn't have a hair on his head or a real tooth in his mouth, and his body's covered with liver spots. To answer your question, he's adorable. Look at the
costume I got for the masquerade ball. I can't decide whether to be the front end or the rear end. I'm a me.
Big deal. More people get to kiss you than the Pope's ring.
Blanche, you have to go in there and talk to her.
I will. It's just that I'm not very good at it. I was only blessed with one talent, turning men on.
Leave the door open. Yes, Mrs. Cleaver?
Girls? Gee, what's my diary doing here? Next to a pair of pliers.
If you don't mind, I would like to see this, Michael.
You and the rest of Miami. Sorry, the entire engagement is sold out. Michael!
Do you know who that is?
Sure, it's the guy from the Pepsi commercials.
Pepsi commercial.
I mean, I hardly know him.
I suppose, but it feels like I've known him for ages. And but he's known me. Oh, I found the most wonderful man in the world, and I owe it all to the two of you. It's going to keep on smiling.
Rose, you're sick as a dog. How could you be so disgustingly cheerful?
It's my folks' medicine book. It has the most wonderful hot toddy recipe. Here, taste.
Rose, this stuff should have an octane rating.
Of course, nobody ever made fun of her for that. Anyway, when old Space Needle was in high school, she drank some cherry herring and made love in the backseat of a Fjord Fierlane. Local car.
And I'm still paying for an encyclopedia that my son used just once to look up sexual genitalia female.
Mrs. Beatty, it's not that. It's about your husband.
He dumped you.
You miserable, low-down piece of Yankee slime.
Blanche, I sense some hostility towards me.
How'd you like to sense a coconut upside your head?
Blanche, get a hold of yourself.
I don't want to get a hold of myself. They invite us to go out on a boat, then they sail us right out in the middle of a storm. We end up shipwrecked on the...
Someone that I don't love,
Sven, you've never even met Olga. How do you know you don't love her?
because I know I'm in love with someone else. I'm in love with Blanche.
Well, hello there. You guys ready for bed already? Yeah, I guess we are. We're very tired.
Yeah, we took care of a lot of odds and ends around the house today. What did you do, Ma?
What did I do today? What I do every day.
A toast.
Okay.
To finality and closure. To husbands being out of our lives and gone forever. Wait, this is good. I mean, don't cry. Why are you crying?
Our husband, I caught. You remember? I ran 6 miles in the rain and the cold to bring you the cannoli you forgot to put in your lunchbox.
Ma, please.
Don't worry. I'll be all right. You all go schmooze with Bert and his Hollywood buddies. I'll just stay here and hack myself unconscious.
Well, that's being a good sport.
Okay, everybody out. Goodbye. Out. Get
Really?
I'm sorry, Dorothy. I held out as long as I could. She said she'd tickle me.
You're a regular Nelson Mandela, Rose.
So that's it.
Mom, these numbers don't make sense. They can't be right.
They're right, Kirsten. I had them checked with a lawyer and an accountant.
But there's nothing here.
Of course there is. I mean, there's nothing close to what should be here. Daddy was one of the most successful insurance salesmen in his company.
Sophia, we're just a little bit nervous. This is a very important event. We want to look perfect.
Please, the man works with scissors, not a sandblaster.
Ma, this is all a mistake. We don't belong here. This is one of those Miami Beach shops for little old ladies. Come on, let's get out of here.
All right, ladies.
Blanche, let me ask you a question. Are you allowed to go back to Chattanooga?
Are you kidding? The sheriff still rides.
I can't believe he left someone like you.
He left someone else like me?
No, I mean you. That he left you.
Oh. Okay.
I should be more clear.
That'd be great.
Now, what happened?
Blanche and I went dancing. She was sure she could out-dirty dance me, even though I am better in class. So we went to a club. Well, I got up first, and I was pretty good. And then Blanche got up.
And she was bad?
Well, I couldn't tell. I was blinded by the reflection off some gold chain.
Will you stop telling her what to play?
I'm not saying a word. Did I speak, Blanche?
Not a word.
You keep shaking your head.
I've been holding it up for 80 years. You'd shake too.
Well, what do you think? I'll take my bank card and take as much money as you need and pay me back whenever you can.
Oh, thanks a lot. And don't you worry, I'll have this money back before you know it.
Oh, no hurry. I trust you completely.
Yeah, well, Rose, I mean, you shouldn't trust anyone completely.
Dorothy, if I can't trust you, whom can I trust?
Forget the Dr. Blanche. Call the paramedics. What is taking them so long? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure they're doing the best they can.
Cafeteria was closed. This is all I could find.
Thanks, honey.
Any word on Sophia?
No.
Oh, you little pirates. All right, you got it. Now get out of here.
Thank you, Blanche.
I'll beat it.
I can't believe you did that.
Don't worry, that check was written on our vacation account that we closed last week.
Sweetie pie, all the day and night time, hear me sigh.
Oh, Stanley Zbornak, I don't believe that you're trying to charm me.
Is it working?
I don't think so.
Then you leave me no choice. I'll have to pull out the big gun.
You're wasting your time, Stanley. I'm from...
He's very wonderful, but I have only known him for a week.
That's right.
But I don't want to lose him. Girls, I just don't know what I'm going to tell him. I have to go put on my face.
What if she marries him? What'll happen to us? This house is hers.
Then we'll move.
We can't.
Give us a few minutes, please. 5 minutes more, then I've got to bury Mr. Pincus.
You see, is there a Blanche Hollingsworth here?
God, he's been killed.
Arrested.
What?
He gave me this to give to you. He's a bigamist, ma'am. He's wanted in 4 states. He's got 6 wives.
4 and 10 is 14, and a double letter score is 18, 19, 20, 23, and a triple word score makes a total of 69 points. I win.
Wait a minute. There is no such word as that.
There certainly is.
Fine, I'll look it up. And if it isn't in the dictionary...
Life is Roberta.
Sure, rub my nose in it.
Good morning, Blanche. You're up early.
Well, I'm making a list of things to do with our little pals. I just hope I'm good at it.
Well, with all that enthusiasm, I'm sure...
St. Patrick, my backup pal can take a lot more punishment.
Well, you made a complete fool of yourself.
Oh, yeah, we'll just wait and see who gets the part.
Could I have everyone's attention, please? We had to make a few very difficult choices, but remember, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
That signals the end of the trivia lightning round. The blue team leads with 400 points, while the green team trails with a big fat 0. We'll be right back to take a spin on the big money wheel right after this commercial message.
Well, I finally got Miles to forgive me. He must have made me promise 1,000,000 times that I would never, ever doubt him again.
Rose, I have the detective's report here. I think we ought to read it.
Okay. Rose. Dorothy, I want to hear that report because I do trust Miles. And it'll prove that both of you should, too.
More tolerant of each other, we can work things out.
In your case, there's really no point. You are totally incompatible.
What?
You are incompatible. You seem to bring out the worst traits in each other. I'm surprised that you were able to live together this long without killing each other.
But, Dr. Ashley,
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't need to be sorry. In fact, I should thank you.
For what?
For giving me life. Oh, and it's been a great one. I mean, the Lindstroms were wonderful parents. I had a wonderful husband. I have beautiful children. And I owe it all to you.
Hurry up, get dressed. We're going to be late for temple.
Ma, it's Tuesday and we're Catholic. My test is in 2 weeks and I do not want to blow it.
You'll pass. You'll pass.
I don't want to pass. I want an A.
You're the same as you were in grade school, A's. You always had to get an A. Your brother thought a book was to sit on. You always had to get an A. Good night.
Good night, Mom.
If I breathe in this country, you can get divorced. In Sicily, there was no divorce. If you wanted to end a marriage, you had to resort to the lupara.
Is that some kind of legal loophole?
It's some kind of sawed-off shotgun.
Blanche, did he leave a number?
No. Dorothy, dropping him was the smartest thing you ever did.
What are you going to do if he calls again?
Don't talk to him. Oh, why not?
Wife, Anna Maria Bonaducci.
I can't believe it.
What do you say about my hunches now, Dorothy? 5 more minutes, I would have had it.
Ma, how could you know? No.
Rose, are you all right?
Never better. Why do you ask?
Well, maybe because yesterday you acted like a crazy person.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was a little on edge. Don't worry, it won't happen again.
Rose, what are those pills for?
The doctor...
You know, Sophia, we shouldn't be doing this. Sarah's going to be here any minute.
Look, Marvin, I know you two are very close, but frankly, she's starting to get on my nerves.
Sophia, you mustn't speak about Sarah like that.
Oh, wake up, Marvin. The woman is a control freak. It's time you got rid of her.
No, don't say that.
She has no right to run your life. She's only your sister.
She's not my sister. She's my wife.
Not really nuns. We're actually gorgeous private citizens.
Now I'm confused.
Come to the kitchen. I'll fix you some breakfast and explain the whole thing.
Look, everybody, the storm's letting up. Oh, I'm going to run right on over to Walter's.
Aren't you going to change? Here, you take them.
Oh, come on, Rose.
No, I insist. I mean, obviously you don't believe me. I think this is the best way to prove it.
Rose, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, I couldn't sleep.
You went to my mother's room in the middle of the night?
Many, many times, 2 or 3 times a week. And she was always so kind and comforting.
I don't understand. Every time I'd knock on her door late at night, she'd say, "Not now, I'm watching Bob Costas."
Sophia doesn't have a TV in her room.
I know. How come I get the chair with the wobbly wheels?
Oh, looks like you have a new roommate.
Hi, Humbonnet.
Dorothy, glad to meet you. Now look, my test's finished. I am tired of being probed, poked, and prodded. More men have seen my behind in one day than in my entire life.
They'll be in too. See how Blanche is doing on the phones. Blanche?
Oh, nothing here, Rose. Back to you.
Oh, wait, I have a bulletin. The intensity of Hurricane Gil has increased dramatically. Several boats at the marina have been beached or capsized. Oh, and here's an item of particular.
You know what might happen to me if I didn't do my duty? What? Free swimming lessons with a cement kickboard.
Hi, girls.
Rose, honey, is something wrong?
No, I'm just a little depressed.
Oh, come on now, Rose. If there's something wrong, you can tell me.
We may not agree with the fishermen, but we want this demonstration to be peaceful, in the tradition of, you know, the short-polled Indian fellow with the glasses and the diapers. You know, the one who didn't eat and won an Oscar.
And Lucy's. What about you, Rose?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I use a touch of peroxide.
Shut up, Rose.
You shut up!
Now, stop it! Stop it! I cannot stand it anymore.
You know what I can't stand anymore? That phony accent of yours. What is this, designing women?
No, he was sent up the river on a morals charge.
Are you okay, Sophia? You're awfully quiet.
What? Oh, it's just that talking about Lillian makes me think about the future.
Oh, Ma, honey.
Sophia doesn't have a TV in her room.
I know.
Then after we finished talking, she'd always give me a piece of hard candy and a kiss goodnight.
I can't sleep. And what's worse, I went to Sophia's room for one of our...
Tell me, you were moving in with some other ladies. I was really surprised.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought, why would anyone who could afford to be totally independent want to live with someone else?
Kirsten, I think there's something I should explain.
You don't have to, Mom. I understand perfectly. Meeting Blanche and Dorothy explains everything.
I want you to take a look at my will.
So that we could buy Pop a television for his birthday.
Then it's settled. You buy us one, we'll buy you one.
It's a deal.
Sure. Then your father can go watch the Friday night fights with your yutz of a husband. You can come over here and watch Person to Person with me. And maybe once a week the whole family can come over and watch that new...
You are going overboard. Now, I think you need to see someone.
Dorothy, I don't think a date is necessarily the answer.
I meant a psychiatrist, hot pants. Well, now, what do you say, Rose? Come on, honey, we'll all go.
Stay. Now, that check better be on my desk tomorrow or you will regret it, believe me. Understand? All right. We'll talk to you later, Dad. Oh, what have we decided?
You passed job.
Fine. I'll do what I can.
Well, goodbye.
People have looked right past me. You know, when I was growing up, the first day back at school every year, half the other kids always thought I was new in town. I had to bring in a yearbook to prove that they were wrong. But all the same, I always felt that deep inside me was a great man trying to get out. So I went into politics.
Rose, there's something you know that you're not telling me.
You can ask me all the questions you want. You'll never break me.
So you're not in love with this Eddie guy?
Oh, no, Ma.
Then why are you spending all your time with him?
Eddie's a love machine?
Just.
I'll ask him. Vincenzo, quanto costa?
Costa? Oh, gratis, gratis. A me mi piace di lavorare, poi mi allontano dal centro, capisci? A me mi piace di stare in compagnia delle belle ragazzine, capisci?
He says he'll do it for nothing. He likes getting away from the center.
Sure did.
Where did it go wrong, Dorothy?
Oh, who knows? These things happen.
Oh, I remember. I wasn't happy at home under the sheets. Dorothy, you're hurting.
The bread, too? Yes, sir. Well, I believe you'll find my name on the reservation schedule.
Oh, indeed. Here it is, Weber for two. Right this way. Hey, Carl, Weber's eating. I hope you'll find this satisfactory. Your waiter...
What is it, Rose? I'm sorry I died.
Oh, no, Rose, you didn't. And, honey, we're all here. Ma, Blanche, me.
Oh, girls, I had the most wonderful dream. Sophia, you had the body of a 25-year-old.
Was vital and happy. Now she's here, and yes, she's resting, but she's behaving like those people at Cypress Grove, camping in front of the TV all day.
Poor woman. Do you know what I think the worst part of getting older is?
Your face? Rose's hands? That is incredible. How did you know?
I heard him singing in the shower. He's the only man I ever knew who knows all the words to Send in the Clowns.
Rose, I owe you an apology.
You sure don't get any privacy. One of us always ends up sharing a bed. Every time someone visits, I'm in your room, you're in my room, she's in her room, she's in your room. Look at me.
What?
You're getting a cold.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Tomorrow you'll have a cold.
What is this, the curse of the Catwoman?
Make it fast, 10 words or less.
All right, but your curiosity is going to be so piqued you'll beg for more.
Just spit it out, Rose. When was it a man refused to sleep with you?
The time I was radioactive.
How about you, Sophia?
Well, there was that time
For a moment here. You never saw a Frank Capra film? I'm taking over. Wish me luck.
Ma, you don't know anything about football.
Please, what's to know? You hit a guy, you grab the pigskin, you run like crazy. It's like shopping in Sicily.
Just talking about you. How are you?
Oh, nice going, Dorothy.
I asked her how she was doing. I mean, it's not as if I mentioned her dead husband.
Blood. 40% off? Oh, you bet she's easy. Sure, Dorothy will love that. Okay, Frank. I'll set it up. Gotta go.
Who is that?
A florist. Guess who just got a terrific deal?
I followed you to the boardwalk.
That was you? Thank God. I thought Gino the Enforcer was out on parole.
Ma, please, will you let me say what I have to say?
Maybe I don't want to hear what you have to say. Maybe I'm happy not knowing anything.
Or maybe you know already.
I'm not...
They caught him on a billboard, spray painting something obscene on Spuds MacKenzie.
The dog they use in those ads is really a female. Rocco was just making Spuds anatomically correct.
Ma, I'm telling you, the man is bad news. He has no...
We're gonna have so much fun. I know where to find the best restaurants, best nightclubs, the best men.
Lunch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that insensitive of me? Maybe you're not ready for men yet.
You don't know the half of it.
Jean, why don't we put your suitcase in Ma's room? Ma's gonna...
Dorothy.
Okay. I thought you needed looking after during the day when I wasn't around, and I knew you wouldn't agree to come here as a guest.
So you're saying that this whole activities director thing was a put-up job?
Mostly his idea. Oh, Ma, I did it for your own good.
Rose, don't worry. I finally found something to put you to sleep.
She's asleep already, Sophia.
What? After I spent all day making her the Sicilian sleeping potion?
Oh, Ma, come on.
Hey, this saved my Uncle Giuseppe's life. One swig and he slept through the Allied invasion. I'm gonna go for what's behind the window.
Will you take window 1, window 2, or window 3?
Window 3, guy.
All right, Dorothy, but first, let's see what you didn't pick. Behind window 1, brand new living...
Well, that won't be necessary. My goodness, we're 10,000 feet up. Besides, I know how you have your heart set on it.
Blanche, you're adorable.
I know.
You know, I've dated a lot of women, and every single one of them has been impressed by the caviar and...
Girls, was this the only mail today? Yes, can you believe it? People magazine is late again. I'm gonna have to give that mailman another talking to.
This time you might want to try something a little more forceful than asking them in for a cafe Vienna and a warm bath.
Dorothy, the man had just recovered from a hernia operation.
Stanley, if you're doing what I think you're doing, you're in big
trouble. I was just remembering the first time you ever kicked me out of bed and I had to sleep on the floor.
Emil's...
Dear Rose, just wanted to let you know baby arrived safely. He was really happy to be back on the farm. His last 36 hours on this good earth were...
What? What?
Baby died. Poor baby.
Today it's my turn to choose, and we are not watching Another World.
You are undoubtedly the meanest sick person I've ever met. Not to mention the most unattractive.
Girls, why do we have to watch TV anyway? There are plenty of other fun things we can do. We can play cards, listen...
Is sushi, raw fish, very good.
Whoops, that flew right out of my hand.
That was delicious. Has truly been a father to everybody in our town.
Your mother must have been a very forgiving woman.
Oh, I got a million things to do before Big Daddy gets here. I have to go pick up his favorite food and his...
Just as I thought, nobody likes it.
Rose, what's the matter?
Miles just left me. Oh,
Now that I'm better, why do you still scream and holler at me?
I'm not sure what was best for you is best for Lily.
Look, you didn't ask for my opinion, but I'm old, so I'm giving it anyway. You want to help your sister? Help her to help herself.
Well, I guess what I'm really trying to say is, Blanche, will you be my wife again?
No, Sonny, I haven't made a decision. You or anybody else. And the sooner you realize that, Rose, the happier we'll all be. Come on, Blanche. Come on. How many times do I have to tell you not to listen in on my conversations?
About twice a year. Like your phone is ringing off the hook. Like you got such a full social calendar. You're the only person who ever got a refund on call waiting.
All right, Ma, all right.
Oh, Dorothy, high school reunions for a couple of hours. If I had asked, would you have said yes? No. There you go.
That is why Blanche ran out of gas. You'd been driving her car, hadn't you?
You know how embarrassing it is to drive a car with a bumper sticker that says, "So many men, so little time"?
Perhaps I should explain privately.
I cannot believe this. I just can't. I give you 4 of the best hours of my life. And this is the thanks I get.
Blanche, my darling, I can explain.
Oh, you have disappointed me, Derek.
Until 9 months later, when the baby came. Then I figured out that we had. You know, that was my only proof.
I waited till my wedding night. No. Yes.
And? Morning, Ma. How you feeling?
I'm not sure. What did we have for dinner last night?
Mexican.
Oh, then I'm okay.
Hi, girls. Guess where I'm going?
Yes, I found him last week.
But I wouldn't feel right having a home if he didn't. We'd become very attached to you.
You know, I think that shows great strength of character. I like you, and I like cats. I also happen to have a room for rent, and the name is Blanche Devereaux.
Why would you name a room Blanche Devereaux? No! After I spread the ashes and said a little prayer, I went down to City Hall and I told him what I had done. And I pointed out that it might not be such a good idea to disturb a person's final resting place. And it doesn't look like they're going to cut the tree down after all.
Rose, that's lovely. Odd, but lovely.
Is it serious?
Very. If I can't afford a new fall wardrobe, I'll never land myself a doctor. No offense, Marty.
You know, Blanche, sometimes I don't think you're serious about me.
Don't be silly. I love you as much as I could any dry cleaner. If we could talk. She said we have nothing to talk about. We have so much to talk about. The trouble is we always end up fighting.
Look who's here! Oh, Sophia, see if you can get them to stay for dinner.
No, really, thank you. I just came by to pick up a few things.
Well, there's just plenty of food.
Thank you anyway.
This is the best champagne I've ever tasted.
It should be. It's $430 a bottle. Rose, I can't afford that.
Well, you did say the best.
Rose, for heaven's sake, you should have told me what it was. Wait. No, honey, she won't budge. Oh, Rose, I don't think we're going to be able to move it.
Dorothy, if the Egyptians built the pyramids, now we can move this toilet.
Fine, get me 20,000 Hebrews and I'll have it out of here.
Oh, come.
Hi, Rose. How's it going?
Hi, Blanche.
God, I hate morning people.
Ever since I've been a candy striper, I've been giving all my patients the traditional St. Olaf Fun Pack. Each one has a pack of gum, a bar of soap, and sock puppets.
Say that there were two things a lady could never have enough of. Lace handkerchiefs and gentleman collars. Maybe next Mother's Day I'll bring you a gentleman collar. You want to go in the dining room, have some tea? Not right now, darling.
Just in case what?
In case something should go wrong. I've been to enough funerals to see how they make up dead people. They look like clowns. You expect to see a dozen of them jump out of one coffin.
Well, nothing will go wrong. I've done this procedure 100 times. You'll be fine in a week. All we do is cut a small...
We're gonna know the true age of Blanche Devereaux. Deleted by authority of the governor. These are all like that.
Rose, you know what this means.
Yeah, Ma's class was all filled up.
Well, we'll see you soon. And Dorothy, thanks for all your help. Maybe we can get together soon and you can tell me all about that St. Olaf. Sounds like a good place to raise a daughter.
Morning.
Morning.
Dorothy, taste this.
Oh, Ma, that's wonderful.
Yeah, smells fine to me. I don't know why they were calling it.
I must explain the urge I sometimes have to diaper your head.
You feel like playing a few more hands?
Sure. Oh, staying up like this playing games reminds me of my teenage slumber parties.
Oh, God. Oh, I'll never forget my first slumber party. We all got...
Take care of me.
Ma!
I already take care of you three, so I'll do a little more cleaning, a little more cooking, and make up one more bed in the morning.
Sophia, you don't make my bed.
I know. It's impossible to put a fitted sheet around a big, hairy guy named Ed.
Hello, everyone. Isn't it a lovely...
Ma, it was me.
That's
for lying. Dorothy, you quit 15 years ago. You told me you'd never smoke again.
I know, Ma, I'm sorry. Oh, you know, I quit once, I can quit again.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Max the Blushing Groom.
Well, how was the honeymoon?
Beautiful. Mwah. I'll call you in the morning and make the arrangements. So long, Sophia. You're beautiful, too.
Why did I ever marry that man?
Because he knocked you up.
Direct. And I happen to be a legitimate, for real security guard.
Well, you're doing a great job, Alvin Newcastle. Nobody stole the boardwalk since you've been sitting here.
Forget it. Just forget it. It's my fault for trying to be friendly. I'll go back to counting seagulls.
So where do you work?
It's me. It's Dorothy.
Oh, Dorothy. The way your elbow was poking me, I thought it was your father sneaking up on me.
I'm sorry, Ma. Go back to sleep.
Every night, and 5 to 7 every morning, and of course till noon on Sundays.
Lord, no wonder you still mourn that man.
Morning.
Hi, Dorothy. How you doing?
Much better. Ma and I had a long...
Oh, good, Rose, here you are. Honey, listen, I have been giving it some serious thought, and I have finally come up with a perfect solution for your very sensitive problem with Miles. What? Cheat on him?
I can't.
Ma.
Is it morning already?
No. I just wanted to ask you a question.
What?
How would you react if you were told that one of your kids was gay?
Your brother Phil is gay? I knew it. When he was a kid, we couldn't keep him away from those gladiator movies.
I'm almost sure that I don't have to ask this, but you are aware that toilet water comes in a bottle.
Here.
Oh, cat food.
Oh, Rose, have you been feeding those strays again?
I can't help it, Dorothy. I heard them howling and moaning all night. How do you ignore something like that?
I'm getting used to it.
All right, I have had it. Thanks to all this constant bickering, I have a splitting headache.
Oh, girls, let's face facts. The three of us just can't agree on anything. I mean, it is obvious we were not meant to live together.
I hate to agree with you, but I think you're right.
I think so, too. In fact, I know so.
We eat lots of fruits and grains and try to avoid sweets. Right, Kolak?
Why don't you try to avoid sweets? It's not a pretty picture from down here.
Why, Kolak, I didn't know that you could speak English.
Hey, what you don't know could fill a space the size of Guam.
सवारी मारे भाया
Sawa